From the Neller Center on the campus of Clark University in Worcester, Massachusetts, Charter TV3 presents live coverage of the 80th Clark University High School Basketball Tournament. Tonight it's game one of the larger school semifinals as the Westborough Rangers face off against the Northbridge Rams. It's high school hoops here on Charter TV3. Hello everybody, good evening. Welcome to the Neller Center. Andy Lacombe alongside Kevin Wells. And Coach, you've got two teams steeped in Clark tournament history here today, and Northbridge and Westborough, the 2-3 game, and you've got two teams looking to punch their ticket to the championship round. What has to happen?
Well, first of all, Northbridge kind of took a little bit of a hiatus, but last year they got a taste. Coach Katz says they really want to go after it this year. They're very hungry. Westborough, on the flip side, in the finals the last 2 years, they've got to really work hard to get back there. This is going to be a tremendous game. Two teams that can score the basketball, Andy.
And they can get up and down the floor. Very talented guards on both sides. We'll spotlight them when we come back. The opening tip is next.
I'm District Attorney Joe Early Jr., and I'm proud to partner with Charter Communications with our pledge to help raise awareness that bullying should not be tolerated. From local school students, here's our message.
It's nice to be important, but it's more important to be nice. Be a friend.
We need to foster safe environments for students in their schools and communities. Join the Anti-Bully Crusade. Take a stand to lend a hand. Don't be a bully.
Presented by the law offices of Joseph J. Corriglia.
Doors. Every door is different. Every door, unique. And each one tells a story. Open a door at Unibank and you'll find a unique place. A bank where we listen to you and find answers. All to help you write your unique success story. Welcome to the new Unibank. Please, after you. Unibank. Bank different. Bank unique. Member FDIC. Member DIF. Equal housing lender.
Local news from Central Massachusetts for Central Massachusetts.
Worcester Police releasing new information. No working smoke detectors and extremely cold weather made battling a fire even more difficult. A tractor-trailer rollover caused delays on the Pike in Auburn. About $42,000 of cocaine is seized from a Webster apartment.
Reporters in the field. And an in-depth local forecast. Worcester News tonight on Charter TV3.
Presented by Unibank and the law offices of Joseph J. Corriglia.
All right, welcome back. The starting lineups are set here at the first game of the larger school semifinals. It is Northbridge and Westborough. These two teams met last year. Game won by Westborough in the quarterfinals. We're almost set for action. Let's pause now for our national anthem. The head coach of the Westborough Rangers, a familiar spot for him and his team as they're back in a semifinal here at the Clark Tournament 3 years in a row. Prior to the game, he caught up with our third member of our broadcast team, Brenna Wilson.
Coach, you have Northbridge coming up. What do you guys have to do as a team to contain them?
We have to play very solid defense. We have to make sure we contest the three-point shot, and we have to make sure we rebound. That's really some of their strengths. The three ball is something we really have to make sure we take them off the three-point line, make them, be spot-ups, dribble off the drive shooters, and like I said, rebounding. Those are going to be the keys.
Awesome. Good luck today.
Thank you.
Aaron Katz, a great guard back in his day for the Northbridge Rams, played for his father. Outstanding three-point shooter and had a lot of success as a student athlete at Northbridge High School and leading his team back into a semifinal. Northbridge wins the tip and the Rams with the basketball in the white.
Westborough starts out in their man-to-man defense.
They quickly went over to Robbie Cannon and they turn it over. Here's the starting lineup for the Westborough Rangers. Dominic Casparello, Michael Doherty, Matthew Doherty, Jake Hughes, Jack Lentine, all seniors. And then you got Robbie Cannon, Sean Rosenland, Cam Boucher, a freshman, Dylan Padula, and Jefferson Wormuth for Northbridge. Hughes for three right off the bat, and he drills it.
Well, we said in the open, Andy, both of these teams can really score the basketball. That was tipped by Hughes.
And back to Hughes to Casparello, and he goes up for two and a quick start for the Rangers. They're up 5-0 right out of the gate.
Westborough did a nice job. Northbridge came out in a 1-2-1-1, contained pressure, three-quarter court press. And that really helped them an awful lot. But then this could be the second steal. Northbridge gets it back.
Wrestled back by the Rams. Padula for three off the back iron. Rebound Sean Rosenland and ends up in the hands of Doherty. Matt Doherty. And Hughes will bring it up for the Rangers. Michael Doherty hit his 1,000th point earlier this year. Matt Doherty's 35 points or so away, and there's a official timeout on the floor. But Matt Doherty's only about 35 points away, and his coach Brian Willer said, he told him that Matt Doherty said, Coach, I just want to win championships. It doesn't matter if I don't score the rest of the year as long as we're helping the team win. And that's all that his coach needed to hear. Here's the series history between the two teams.
So Westborough leads at 3-2. We have Jimmy Cannon coming into the game. One of the twins will replace his brother Robert, who I believe got cut above the iron near the nose.
The Cannon boys, talented multi-sport athletes. They're both golfers at Northbridge High.
So we have dynamic duos on both sides of the court. Westborough with the Doherty boys.
That one taken away by Lentine. Here comes Hughes firing for three. In and out. Rebound, Wormuth. And Northbridge gets the ball to Cannon and now to Boucher.
Andy, we've seen this Westborough team. This is the third time we've had them this year, and they have no one that's afraid of shooting the ball.
Cam Boucher, a great little feed to Wormuth, and Northbridge on the board. Rams got to the free throw line 22 times against Tingsboro in the first game. They really attacked the basket.
Again, nice job defensively by the Rams as they force a turnover.
Padula looking for some room. And Rosenland, he's a good driver of the basketball, lost it out of bounds. Good defense there from Matt Doherty, it looked like. And the Rangers force another turnover.
So it looks like Northbridge goes back into kind of like a half-court trap.
Rangers pass through it. Michael Doherty, long three. Off the back iron, no good. Casparello, the rebound. Dominic Casparello had a double-double in the first game, a win over Uxbridge. Michael Doherty's floater no good, and it's last touched by Westborough. Will be Northbridge ball. Yeah, Casparello 11 and 10 in his first game. Good performance.
So Westborough matches man-to-man full. Coach Willer wanting to put pressure on the ball immediately.
There's a three on the way from Rosenland. High off the iron, no, and rebound to Mike Doherty. Still working on Robbie Cannon there behind the bench. There's Jake Hughes to the hoop, and he almost got the hoop in harm. Wormuth's going to get called for the game's first foul, and Jake Hughes goes to the line.
Well, here's the penetration going hard to the basket, and again, Wormuth gets a body on him there. So he'll earn two at the charity stripe.
Hughes knocks down the first.
Hughes off to a nice start here early in the ball game.
Zach Pryor checking in for the Northbridge Rams. Pryor, a familiar name in Northbridge athletics. Hughes makes them both. Westborough up by 5.
Again,
yeah,
I'm sorry, Westborough continues in their man-to-man defense. You know, this has really been their bread and butter throughout their entire year. Of course, they play Andy in that mid-watch B, and they don't shy away from anyone in their non-conference games.
Yeah, they played a lot of Eastern Mass opponents, and with success this year. Of course, an all-senior lineup. A lot of confidence in this group. Inside to Lentine, and they're going to get him for steps.
Shuffle of feet when he went with that, tried to do the step through, but he moved his pivot foot. Nice call by the official.
Robbie Cannon is taped up, and he's going to the scorer's table. He's going to re-enter for Northbridge at the next stoppage.
So you talk about consistency. Northbridge, with only 2 losses this year, has been consistent each and every game that they've had. They're a team that certainly can score the ball from the perimeter. So if you don't extend yourself and guard the 3 ball, they're really going to hurt you.
Yeah. And Robbie Cannon, one of those 3-point threats, he comes in with a bandage on.
For the sake of argument, we'll call it a badge of courage.
Yeah, that's what Kevin would call it. Kevin Shea would call that the red badge of courage. He's trying to inbound the ball, and they're going to get him for 5 seconds. The length of Dominic Casparello, maybe, the long arms, forcing that turnover.
Well, nice job defensively that time, not only by the person on the ball, Casparello, but the other players denying the ball inbounds. 7-2, the Rangers.
Doherty finds his brother Matthew, and that one tipped by a bunch of bodies, and it'll stay Westborough ball.
Great team defense, and I watched 2 officials. They both agreed on that call. So we have a 3-man crew that works all the Clark tournament games, which certainly is a great advantage to all of the basketball players on the floor.
Rebound to Robbie Cannon. They have a bigger floor in this tournament. Both these teams play on pretty good sized floors. Northbridge has a big floor at their home court. Cannon shot off the mark. Rebound to Doherty.
Northbridge also this year, Andy, you were telling me earlier, had a chance to play at the Boston Garden.
They did. Played in a tournament there. There's a jumper that falls. That's Quinn Donovan going for 2. Yeah, a lot of times in tournaments like this, you know, teams that play on smaller floors, you got to rework your spacing offensively, defensively. If you are a pressing team, but both these teams pretty used to this size. There's a foul on the play. It's going to be Hughes. He got Padula.
Hughes being a little bit too aggressive. He'll be checking out in the ball game now as Alex Badger for Westborough.
Hughes picked up his first foul. He has 5 points to lead Westborough in the early going. Rosalind to inbound. Great football player for Ken LaChapelle's Northbridge Rams. That one's picked off. The long arms of Casparello. He's going the distance and is going to lay it up and in. And that will get a timeout from Aaron Katz, and Northbridge will look to make some adjustments. 3:02 left in the first quarter, 11-2 Westborough.
I'm District Attorney Joe Early Jr., and I'm proud to partner with Charter Communications with our pledge to help raise awareness that bullying should not be tolerated. From local school students, here's our message.
If you see someone getting bullied, stand up for them. You never know what a few words can do.
We need to foster safe environments for students in their schools and communities. Join the anti-bully crusade. Take a stand to lend a hand. Don't be a bully.
Presented by the law offices of Joseph J. Corriglia.
All right, the Westborough Rangers defeated Uxbridge in the quarterfinals, 60-39. Brian Willer said it wasn't his team's best performance, but they got the job done. Brenna Wilson's behind the Westborough bench, and she's had some time over the last week to catch up with some of the Rangers. What do you have for us, Brenna?
Yeah, Andy, the seniors for this Westborough team have been to the finals the last 2 years, and the entire team has been fairly vocal about they're having unfinished business, so they're going to do everything they can to get to the finals to complete that business. Guys.
Thank you, Brenna. Yeah, not just satisfied to be here at the Clark. They They want to win the championship this time around. There's Pryor for Northbridge.
Nice
to
ball
Roseland.
movement.
Roseland tried to get it back to J.J. Cannon. Cannon controls it.
5 on the shot.
Robbie Cannon going to drive the lane. Pulls up, partially blocked by Casparello. His defense has been outstanding in the early going.
Well, like you said, he's long and he really gets after it. Great job defensively by Northbridge. They get a turnover there.
Yep.
Zach Pryor going after it, doing a good job.
Pryor doing well, coming off the bench here for the Rams, causing that turnover. Quick first quarter of play. We're trickling down under 2:20 here. 11-2 the score for Westborough. Northbridge a 3 off the mark. Tipped out, going to be controlled by Cannon.
Oh, great job keeping it alive by the Rams. You know, and both teams have to value the basketball. That's not only in turnovers, but they've got to make sure that defensively they hold the offense to one and done. When you get second looks, it can hurt you.
John Roseland, quick step to the lane, but could not finish it. Good defense from the Rangers. And you got Steinberg out there, and Alex Badger, rather, with the basketball.
Well, Northbridge with a couple opportunities the last couple trips down.
Badger's shot off the mark. Rebound Casparello. Kicks it out to Matt Doherty for 3. Short. Badger tried to track that down, but Roseland with the board, and here comes Northbridge. Here is Pryor. He's cut off by Doherty, and quick trap in the corner.
Well, almost a triple team.
He's swinging all the way around. This is Jared Wilsma, the big fella going to the hoop, and trying to take one too many.
Yeah. But great ball movement by the Rams. So Northbridge doing a great job of sharing the basketball, forcing the defense to move as they reverse the basketball, but they're just not able to capitalize. 11-2, they've been snake bitten right now with the ball going through the iron.
Saw Wilsma earlier this season in a game down at Northbridge. He's got really good feet. He's a big dude, just a sophomore, really good feet for the big fella. He's got a bright future if he keeps playing hoops. Looks like a football guy to me.
Well, there's a little bit of whirling dervish, a great move behind the back, right through the lane, and a nice lay-in.
Yeah, Mike Doherty goes up for the basket. An 11-point lead. Padula kicks it back to Robbie Cannon. Cannon inside, nice feed to Cam Boucher, who goes up for 2.
Well, a nice ball fake to get the defense to react, and then a dime pass into Boucher for the lay-in. Boucher, only a freshman.
Yeah, just a freshman. He's a true guard playing down in the paint there on that last possession. Rebound off the mark goes to Northbridge. And here comes Boucher ahead with it to Roseland. Padula the deep 3. Got it! Just what the Rams needed. They cut the lead down to 6.
Well, again, we talked about this. You've got two teams that can score the ball. Northbridge, if they start to heat up from the perimeter and you don't get a hand in their face, they will absolutely hurt you.
Mike Doherty for 3, just off the iron and up off the shot clock. It'll be Northbridge ball. 2.9 left here in the first quarter. If the Rams could manage something here, be a wicked momentum shift. Boucher just off the mark. It'll be a 6-point advantage to Westborough after 1 quarter of play. First semifinals underway from the large school division of the Clark Tournament.
I'm District Attorney Joe Early Jr., and I'm proud to partner with Charter Communications with our pledge to help raise awareness that bullying should not be tolerated. From local school students, here's our message.
Delete cyberbullying. Don't write it, don't forward it. Think twice what you type.
We need to foster safe environments for students in their schools and communities. Join the anti-bully crusade. Take a stand to lend a hand. Don't be a bully.
Presented by the law offices of Joseph J. Corriglia.
Well, let's take a look as we get going here with a little bit of a montage. This is where the first quarter highlights came from. Westborough jumped out to an early start, 11-2. And then Northbridge came back. Nice ball movement. Again, Casparello, if I had to pick one player that's kind of stood out for either team, it would be him. Here's a good look at Doherty as he goes behind his back. Hard to the glass. Northbridge answers. That jump shot is something that they needed, you know, and to get things going.
A little bit of a mini run by the Rams at the end of that quarter to cut this lead down to 6. And Teen with the ball for Westborough, and now in the hands of Michael Doherty.
So we'll see if Padula can build on that last trifecta he knocked down. It's going to be very important. Nice job again defensively by the Rams.
Yeah, forced kind of a fall away shot there, and the Rams come back with it. Keep chipping away again. Consistency, you talked about them. They're 18-2. There is Cannon for 3, and Robbie Cannon's in the books with a triple. It's down to a 3-point game.
Well, and that's exactly what we talked about. A little bit of give and go there. Cannon went to the corner.
Oh, good help defense, but they're going to get the foul underneath. Badger looks like he's going to the line.
You know, again, they had Westborough kind of with the switch got tangled up. And when you get tangled up and you give daylight, Northbridge will hurt you.
Now by Alex Badger, he had a couple of points off the bench. One of the key reserves.
One of the few juniors that'll be back for this Ranger team.
Knocks them both down. 5-point advantage for Westborough. Essentially, these teams very similar to what they were makeup last year, just a year older when they met in the quarterfinals. That game won by Westborough in convincing fashion. Here's Boucher to the hoop, and he stretches for 2.
Well, Boucher doing a nice job, a one-handed scoop off the window as he got into the lane a little bit there. Again, Westborough not doing a good job of keeping the defense, their offensive player rather, in front of them.
There's Michael Doherty, kicks it out to Casparello. Same 2, Casparello bothered by Boucher and Cannon off the mark. Here comes Northbridge.
3-point advantage right now for the Rangers, but Northbridge has the ball.
Boucher, he's going to draw contact. He's going to go to the line.
Well, again, he goes with the scoop, but he's going to the left side, and he goes underneath Doherty. Here he is with the left-handed dribble drive, but then he switches to the right hand. You can clearly see the body. Good call by the officials. He'll get 2. Chance to cut this lead to 1.
First foul on Mike Doherty. And Boucher off the mark there. I mentioned they went to the line 22 times against Tingsboro. They made 19 of 22, 86% foul shooting in that first game.
Absolutely
impressive.
Phenomenal. So obviously they really like the rims here at Clark.
And that one rims out.
Wow.
They're not liking it just yet. Yeah, right. Stays a 3-point game. There's Hughes, a no look, and a foul on Matt Doherty, or Matt Doherty is fouled hard there by Wermuth. You know, they did not get cheated.
There's a great play. There's a play that is an experienced play, and I know where you're going. Hughes, he turns his head, but he already sees him cutting back door. You know, he knew what he was going to do. He intentionally looked the other way, and then he throws the bounce. Again, it comes from years of playing together and understanding each other.
Yeah, this Westborough team has been together. As you'll, kind of a common theme. Groton Dunstable will talk about it the same way. Youth basketball, middle school, high school, JVs. I mean, it's a group that has played basketball together for a very long time. Doherty makes the second. It's a 4-point lead for Westborough.
I was going to say the charity stripe has not been very charitable tonight.
Not yet. I shouldn't have brought up the 86% stat. You know that would have happened.
Right? That's okay. Teams need to play through adversity, Andy, so don't consider it a jinx.
There's Cam Boucher with Hughes on him. Robbie Cannon gives it up to Padula. Padula's going to drive the lane and just off the iron.
Great job by Padula getting to the lane, and a big steal for the Rams.
Rosenlund flew back there and picked that one off. And now he's fouled by Hughes. That'll be the second on Jake Hughes. Or the third, rather, on Hughes, excuse me. And so he'll have to go to the bench.
Yeah, we won't see him again this half.
Just a 4-point game. Bring Badger back. Here's Padula for three. It goes.
Well, Padula, as I said, can he build on it? So what happens? Northbridge takes the ball off the bounce inside the lane. The Westborough defense collapses. They kick out to the corner. Padula drains a three.
Swing it out to Matt Doherty. Matt Doherty for three. Cannot get it to go. It's tipped out to Mike Doherty. Mike Doherty drives the hoop. Knocked away. Rebound to Northbridge. And here come the Rams.
Nice job on the glass by Northbridge. Stolen.
Good job by Westborough. They had that bottled up, and a foul on Mike Doherty's drive. Looks like they get Padula for a foul, and Mike Doherty's going to go to the line.
Well, back and forth we go. Things starting to heat up a little bit.
And Northbridge has really kind of settled in here a little bit too, after being down big early on. It's off the mark for Doherty. Here comes Wilsman.
This time of the year, when you get into, the Clark tournament and then district tournament play, everybody's tight, everybody's tense, and it usually takes a quarter for people to relax and to get into the flow of the game.
Timeout taken by Westborough. We'll take the timeout with them. The Rangers lead by 2.
I'm District Attorney Joe Early Jr., and I'm proud to partner with Charter Communications with our pledge to help raise awareness that bullying should not be tolerated. From local school students, here's our message.
Delete cyberbullying. Don't write it, don't forward it. Think twice what you type.
We need to foster safe environments for students in their schools and communities. Join the anti-bully crusade. Take a stand to lend a hand. Don't be a bully.
Presented by the law offices of Joseph J. Corriglia.
Well, the Northbridge Rams defeated Tingsboro 56-33 in the quarterfinal. It was Tingsboro's first appearance in the Clark tournament. So they begin their Clark tournament history. 43 appearances for Northbridge as a program. Eric Katz is
all in the family.
Drawing it up, and again, played for his dad, played here.
Had a chance to say hi to his dad the other day. Spoke briefly for a while. Of course, Don Katz, longtime teacher and coach at in Northbridge. But you mentioned Tingsboro. Tingsboro brought a nice crowd. I was here the other day working for the tournament committee, and they had a nice crowd. They're way up near the New Hampshire border.
They are. Here's Cannon. That's a three. It's off the mark. Rebound Casparello. I mean, you've got Groton Dunstable's up in that area too. They make that trip down. Tingsboro's even further away. And you made that trip to Groton Dunstable not too long ago for a game against Westborough. You know too well how long that travel is.
Well, I always joke, coming from Oxford, that I have to get a hotel. But it's a good hike. But Greg Gillette and everyone at Groton Dunstable is very hospitable to Kevin Shea. The last time we were there, I go to sit down, and over in Kevin's chair is a case of Mountain Dew.
Wow.
Yeah, a
they
case.
They know. They know how to take care of the big guy.
Oh, boy, I'll tell you. And years ago, because Kevin and I have been doing this for 22 years.
Yeah.
But years ago, they used to have the faces. They used to have the Kevin Shea signs. And I know he was paying them to do this.
Oh, no question. He had a marketing team back then.
The last game out that we had, isn't there a Kevin Shea face? It's about a foot tall and a foot wide. I said, oh, you got to be kidding me.
It was a new picture, too, I think. So he must have his team back out there. The Kevin Shea Street team doing the marketing.
Well, I think he sleeps in one of those barometric chambers.
Yeah, he is ageless.
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, I know he does the makeup and everything, but I mean, he really is. He's ageless.
Another turnover there, forced by Westborough. Rangers have the Doherty brothers. Quinn Donovan on the floor. Donovan going up strong off the mark. Rebound, Wilsma.
Northbridge has done a great job defending inside. They run a nice double team, but they've done a great job of not allowing entry passes directly into the post.
Three from Pryor goes.
Now, again, you just click a couple notches, and bang, Pryor knocks it down.
It's a big one. There's a three from Badger. It's off the mark. Rebound into the hands of Rosalind.
Well, Northbridge with a chance to take the lead for the first time in the ball game right here.
Pryor was 0 for 5 from three-point land in the first game. That's a big confidence boost, knocking down that first one. Tipped away by Badger. Here comes Mike Doherty the other way. Doherty goes up and in for 2.
Well, nice job. That all started with the defensive Badger hitting the deck, getting the ball loose, and then Doherty just took it home.
Boucher tied up, gets it to Wheelsma. Wheelsma's going to the hoop. He's tied up by Badger. 2 big defensive plays in a row by Alex Badger. It'll stay with Northbridge.
So you take a look at it, double team by Northbridge. Wheelsma gets the ball, and then the reach. And of course, Wheelsma is a strong young man. Obviously, he's got decent foot speed. And Westborough doing a great job of getting that tied up for a jump ball. Possession goes back to Northbridge, though.
There's J.J. Cannon to Robbie Cannon. Robbie pulls up, and off the iron, no good. Rebound, Matt Doherty.
Northbridge doing a nice job with the dribble handoff on the perimeter.
That one stripped away by Cannon into J.J. Cannon's hands, and Cannon boys making their impact. Rosalind feels it, drills it.
Well, I'll tell you, before he even got the ball, he knew he was going to let it go. I was watching him as he came across. They reversed the basketball. They got it to him at the top of the key. He already had shot in his head. He knew it was going down.
Northbridge is in the building. The Rams fans making some noise, and a good stick back by Quinn Donovan. Tough in the paint.
Well, tough is exactly what that move was, because he was surrounded by Northbridge guys.
Oh, Boucher for 3.
Again, you give him daylight, he's going to hurt you. This is what we were talking about, 2 teams that can really score the ball.
Doherty for 3, off the mark. Rebound for Cannon. Boucher,
Again,
another one. Oh, it rattles off. Northbridge with a 24-23 lead. The Rams have come all the way back, a little scoring spree after a defensive first half for the most part.
You know, before the game, I talked to different fans, and a friend of mine from Northbridge, I said, "What's the line?" He said, "Northbridge is going to win this game with a shot at the buzzer."
Wow.
So based on what we're seeing here, that would not surprise me.
Yeah, Matt Doherty's shot off the mark. Cam Boucher, the rebound, brings it back up. Approaching a minute to play here. Pryor for 3, off the mark. Rebound, Badger. Badger, appropriately named. He is tough like a Badger in the paint.
There you go.
Work a little weave out at the top, and Doherty, they're going to get a foul that time on J.J. Cannon.
So that will be Northbridge's 6th foul. Should they foul again in the next 52.7 seconds, Westborough will go to the free throw line. 1-4 out of bounds. Now we'll go 1-on-1.
Yeah, they're going to get Boucher, I think, for the foul in the paint. They do. Oh, a Northbridge fan says Northbridge wins it at the buzzer. I think maybe the line consensus from people just observing would be Westborough, though they're the 3 seed, would be the favorite here because of the schedule they play, the success they had in the Midwatch B this year. That shot is off the mark, but Northbridge is right there with them. In fact, holding the lead with under a minute to play in the first half.
No, I agree with you wholeheartedly. On paper, people would say that Westborough is definitely favored going to this game. The seeding is based on records. The strength of schedule for Westborough is much stronger. But I'll tell you what, Northbridge, boom, there you go.
Padula for 3, and the lead is 4 now for Northbridge.
Northbridge is as tough as nails. We talked about their consistency. You know, they were down 11-2. They were not rattled.
It's that golfer mentality from the Cannon boys.
Could be.
You got to play all 18, boys.
That's right. That's right.
Doherty off the mark. That's going to find a home pretty soon. Doherty a little cold early on, and that is the end, but he makes a nice defensive play there at the end. The end of the first half. Northbridge has stormed back to a lead, 27-23. The Rams fans that have come up 146, enjoying themselves, watching their team battle back. They got it from a couple different guys, Boucher, the Cannons, Padula with a couple of big threes as well. In this one, Brenna Wilson waiting to catch up with Aaron Katz. He's getting his board sorted away.
Well, he's got to be not only happy but proud.
Absolutely. Let's go down to Brenna with Coach. Brenna.
Coach, team's heating up right now. What do you have to do to keep that going into the second half?
Well, we have to keep getting them to back up on D, and we're not just shooting, we're driving and kicking out. So we just have to not let them dictate what they're doing on D, more so what we do on O.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Two Northbridge alums at the halftime interview, Brenna Wilson and Aaron Katz. Northbridge with a 27-23 lead going to halftime. Brenna's got a halftime interview with Brad Monroe, president of the Clark Tournament Committee, when we come back.
Doors. Every door is different. Every door unique. And each one tells a story. Open a door at Unibank and you'll find a unique place. A bank where we listen to you and find answers. All to help you write your unique success story. Welcome to the new Unibank. Please, after you. Unibank. Bank different. Bank unique. Member FDIC. Member DIF. Equal housing lender.
I'm District Attorney Joe Early Jr., and I'm proud to partner with Charter Communications with our pledge to help raise awareness that bullying should not be tolerated. From local school students, here's our message.
It's easy to bully, but the really strong help others. Just say no to bullying.
We need to foster safe environments for students in their schools and communities. Join the Anti-Bully Crusade. Take a stand to lend a hand. Don't be a bully.
Presented by the law offices of Joseph J. Coriglia.
I absolutely loved every minute of playing high school sports and just the feeling of going into the locker room before a game and how cool it was coming out and the whole town's all around the field cheering, and it's just such a special feeling.
Played basketball and golf at Auburn High. I was the captain of both teams my senior year. For me, I learned a lot because I played high school sports when I was at Auburn High School.
I started back in March of 1997, and it was a lot different then. I was the only person in sports. We were shooting on VHS tapes.
I started in December of 2000. I was the assignment desk editor and the Health Watch reporter. I was also always a sports guy. You get paid to do things that you love to do, and for us, that's being on a ball field or a basketball court or just being around sports.
Our enthusiasm, I think, for sports is contagious, and everyone gets swept up in it. It shows in, I think, in our overall product in our sports, that everyone cares.
Local news from Central Massachusetts for Central Massachusetts.
Worcester Police releasing new information. No working smoke detectors and extremely cold weather made battling a fire even more difficult. A tractor-trailer rollover caused delays on the pike in Auburn. About $42,000 of cocaine is seized from a Webster apartment.
Reporters in the field. And an in-depth local forecast. Worcester News tonight on Charter TV3.
All right. Presented by Unibank and the law offices of Joseph J. Coriglia.
Welcome back to the Clark Tournament. We are currently at the half of Northbridge Westborough, where Northbridge currently leads 27-23, and we are joined here by the Clark Tournament president, Brad Monroe. Thank you for joining us.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Now, you're kind of like the Grover Cleveland of the Clark Tournament, where you've served multiple terms as president. What brings you back?
Well, I was the president in the early 2000s, and I never got off the committee. I went back down and did a few other of the positions on the executive board. and the presidency opened up, and it was the 80th anniversary, so let's get the old guy back kind of thing.
Yeah, 80 years, obviously a lot of memories. What do you think makes a tournament like this, sustain throughout the 80 years?
Well, it's funny, but the clock is all about its traditions, and we kind of do the same things every year, but we try to stay current and modern, and people like to come back and see things in the same place, and they have clock finishes, and the refs are good, and everything about the tournament is kind of consistent.
And you obviously have some background as a coach as well with BMR. You won here. What are some things you remember about, coaching here, a bigger court and the atmosphere?
Well, when I was a young JV coach at Blackstone Millville, I would come up here and sit in the stands and watch coaches like Don Cushing and Ron Dunham and Phil Phillip and all the great coaches. And I would just think about, can I ever get out there someday? And, I coached the girls for a while, then the boys varsity, and then we got up here, and it was, you never forget any game you coach up here.
Right.
Not one game.
Right. What are some memories that you've had, whether it's, you as a coach, or just being part of the executive committee too here? What are some things you remember, moments that stand out?
Well, I don't forget any of the games, but of course 1998 was our championship season. That was a great 3 games. We were the 7th seed, and we had 3 upsets, and you just never thought you could win a clock title. But when it happens, the first guy to, all the coaches come over, welcome to the club, and it was quite a feeling from the coaches and the camaraderie there.
Yeah, it's also a community thing too. How does BMR kind of rally around the teams too?
Well, a lot of these towns, these are all small to medium-sized towns, and the clock tournament, a lot of people who've come here in the 40s, 50s, 60s, when you make the clock tournament, it's like they don't know what the district is. This is it. And we had some memorabilia over here the last couple of days from the 80 years. And it's amazing to see the pictures that people have and the trophies and the banners that they have. It's quite a thing.
Now, finally, going into the second half, what are you seeing from this game? What do you think's going to happen?
Well, I've seen Northbridge a couple times, and I saw Westborough on Sunday, and they're both good teams, and they're both trying to do what they need to do, and it's working out. And I think it's going to be a very exciting semifinal.
Thank you so much for joining us, and we'll have much more of the game after this break.
You're welcome.
I'm District Attorney Joe Early Jr., and I'm proud to partner with Charter Communications with our pledge to help raise awareness that bullying should not be tolerated. From local school students, here's our message.
Delete cyberbullying. Don't write it, don't forward it. Think twice what you type.
We need to foster safe environments for students in their schools and communities. Join the anti-bully crusade. Take a stand to lend a hand. Don't be a bully.
Presented by the law offices of Joseph J. Corriglia.
Snow and a wintry mix is falling across central Massachusetts.
Clouds have been out on the roads virtually all afternoon. The streets are also getting packed with snow, making for a slippery and slick ride home.
Many are continuing their cleanup efforts into the late hours.
The snow is heavy and firm enough for me to easily stand on this snow mound here. This type of snow can cause lower back injuries and joint fractures. The type of snow making cleanup harder for shovelers.
When winter weather strikes, Worcester News Tonight as you cover.
People listen to us up in Gardner, Fitchburg, Leominster, Auburn, Millbury, Grafton, Sturbridge. We have Oxbridge. Again, this is not Worcester. We just don't talk about Worcester. We got selectmen on this show that want to talk about town meetings. We're a very great community. All of Worcester County, the people that I talk to each day, that listen to me each day, that watch me on Charter 193 each day. You want to talk to me? I'd love to talk to you.
They are the greatest offender of the pink tax. You guys ever heard of the pink tax?
They say on average, women pay an extra $1,351 every year just for being a woman.
Yeah, don't preach to me about women and better treatment of women when you are basically sticking it to women when they buy your products. You're listening to the Jim Polito Show, your safe space.
Welcome back. From the half, it started as a Westborough run. Defensively, Jake Hughes, Dom Casparello doing big things, and Westborough is out. Kevin to an 11-2 lead early in this one.
They were playing with great intensity. They started defensively doing an outstanding job. And then from an offensive standpoint, they really worked hard at, scoring the basketball. But then all of a sudden, Northbridge, they hung around. Then they started to get into a groove. I think one of the differences here is that Northbridge is shooting 7 for 13 from three-point land compared to 1 for 11 for Westborough. And we know that Westborough can absolutely score the basketball. Something else, Andy, that's really sticking out to me is the turnover ratio. So when you look at the number of turnovers, Northbridge right now has 11 turnovers compared to Westborough's 6. The last thing, I promise, really interesting, is that both coaches, before they went off the floor, knew exactly what they wanted to do to start the second half and in the second half. And I say that because Westborough came out with 6 minutes and 30 seconds left on the clock at halftime, and right after them was Northbridge with 5 minutes and 30 seconds. So we'll see what happens. There's going to be some adjustments. I think you're going to see Westborough go to a little bit of a zone to keep Hughes healthy and on the floor.
Yeah, an extended halftime warm-up for these two teams. As you take a look at the numbers, Northbridge out shooting the Rangers. They shot almost 48% in that first half. Rebounds were even. Kevin mentioned the turnovers, and Northbridge had 11 turnovers. Westborough got the better of that. The big thing, as you just touched on, Jake Hughes, he had 5 points early in the game, but he came up with his third foul midway through that first half and had to sit the rest of the way. So without Hughes, Northbridge was able to come in and maybe not make a run offensively, but maybe Hughes was kind of sparking that offense a little bit early on as well. So Westborough wasn't quite as fluid maybe without Hughes. So we get him back in there and see how things shift.
You look at a senior-laden team in the Rangers here, and Hughes certainly is an instrumental part of their success. But they have so many people that can step up, and now they need them to step up because Northbridge has answered the bell. They hit the mat, and they came up strong.
There's Hughes working. Gets it to Casparello. Baseline jumper is good.
Well, Casparello into some open space right on the low post short corner. Nice bounce pass by Hughes. Cuts the lead to 2.
Here's Rosalind driving. Try to get it inside to Wermuth. It's intercepted, taken away. Casparello on the break, gives it up to Mike Doherty. He's fouled by Boucher.
Well, again, another turnover to start the second half here. Westborough taking advantage of that opportunity. There's the steal, and here comes the Rangers on their horses. Great pass. There's Doherty.
And so Mike Doherty hits his first from the line. They were did not have a lot of success at the line in the first half. Doherty hits them both. And so we're tied at 27. Northbridge back the other way. Padula.
Great push by Northbridge.
Boucher up and under, no. Wermuth tried to keep it alive. Still has it. Wermuth back to Boucher.
Well, when the ball goes up, you look at each other, who's going to go for it, and sometimes if you wait that split second, the opposition ends up getting the basketball.
Padula pulls up, no. Rebound, Matt Doherty. Wermuth, the tight end on the football team in the fall, and showing some strength in there, keeping that last play alive. There's Hughes.
Westborough scores the first 4 points of the second half.
And Casparello doing it.
Make it 6.
Westborough doing a lot. He has 4 of the 6 here in the second half. And Dom Casparello's got 8 to lead the Rangers, who have retaken the lead.
Minute and a half into the ball game, Westborough goes from down 4 to +2. But Northbridge has seen this the entire first half, and then they took the lead strong.
Deep 3 from Cannon, off the front iron, no good. Rebound, Westborough. Here comes Hughes the other way. Matt Doherty driving the lane and lays it up and in. Now they're going to call an offensive foul.
Well, he went down hard, but I'll tell you what, Robert Cannon paid the price that time. He really got hit hard there. Let's take a look at it. Doherty takes it hard to the basket. It was the secondary hit. So after he went up and made contact with his right knee, it was when he landed his whole body on him.
Northbridge is going to call a timeout, maybe to get Cannon healthy again. They've missed him a little while in that first half. Westborough by 2. Timeout on the floor.
I'm District Attorney Joe Early Jr., and I'm proud to partner with Charter Communications with our pledge to help raise awareness that bullying should not be tolerated. From local school students, here's our message.
Delete cyberbullying. Don't write it, don't forward it. Think twice what you type.
We need to foster safe environments for students in their schools and communities. Join the anti-bully crusade. Take a stand to lend a hand. Don't be a bully.
Presented by the law offices of Joseph J. Corriglia.
All right, welcome back. Northbridge back out on the floor. The trainer went over to check on Robbie Cannon. They did not need his assistance. But good opportunity for Aaron Katz to kind of resettle his guys down a little bit. Now down 2 here in the third quarter. Here comes Roseland. Roseland's going to the hoop. Just off the mark there. Nice defense all the way by Quinn Donovan.
And a great box out by Jack Hughes that time.
Doherty to Casparello. Casparello pulls up. Partially blocked by Robbie Cannon.
Wow, great job defensively. Kind of a forced shot by Casparello.
Here is Boucher working against Donovan. Up and goes! A three-point play opportunity for Cam Boucher.
Well, Boucher finds his way to get through the lane. He goes through his legs, as you just saw. Then he goes up and off the window with his right hand, and he got bumped on his way in. So Donovan picks up the foul. I believe that'll be his first.
Talked to Cam's dad in the pregame. He and I were teammates at Auburn High School back in the mid-90s. Cam shot off the mark. There is Doherty, rather Hughes inside to Donovan. He's going to draw a foul. Now, Kevin Shea nicknamed Donovan the Man of Steel earlier in the season. Here's Groton Dunstable and Hudson coming up next in our second semifinal tonight. I'm starting to see that here. He does play with an edge, a little bit of toughness in there as well.
No, he bounces off people. You know, he's not a real bulky, like muscular type kid, but he's as tough as nails.
There is Doherty. Lost the ball. Good defense. He had 3 Rams around him.
Great team defense that time. He went behind his back only to find out that somebody was waiting at his doorstep.
Padula for 3. He knocks it down.
Well, I'll tell you, he holds up the sign for the 3. He's a relatively humble kid, but he can score the ball.
Badger tries to answer. No good. Rebound Boucher. It's his 4th 3 for Padula to lead Northbridge.
Again, Northbridge has done a great job extending to the perimeter, shutting down Westborough's outside game.
Padula cut off there by Doherty. And Padula with some space, so it rattled out. And it's a foul underneath. It's going to be against Pryor, I believe, and Northbridge.
Padula has such a very quick release. It's very difficult when he's stepping into his shot to get a block.
Foul was on Pryor. It's his first. Northbridge by 3. 4.5 minutes left here, third quarter. There's Hughes. Defender falls down. They're going to get him a travel.
Well, he's really lucky. He lowered the shoulder there. Northbridge tried to take the charge. Thought it was a good call by the officials. Take a look at it here. See that left hand? Maybe they felt there was a little bit too much acting, but he's very lucky that that wasn't a charge at his number 4.
So it kind of evens out justice-wise, if you'd say that. He doesn't get the foul, but Northbridge gets the ball.
Right.
Katz probably would have wanted the foul against Hughes. He is a game changer. There's Cannon. Padula. Doherty's are so tough defensively, and now working against Steinberg.
Ken Body
picking up the foul. It's Pryor going to the hoop.
So Westborough, Andy, has been consistently, this is what's been happening. The Northbridge players have been able to turn the corner and get into the lane with that half step. And with that being said, they've been getting fouled or making the basket. And that's really, really hurt Westborough right now.
Ethan Steinberg picked up the foul. He's a talented sophomore, had a good first game of this tournament. Pryor knocks that first one down. And he hits the second. 5-point lead for Northbridge. I believe that's the largest of the game. We don't have Phil Robo for the first time in many years there at the Clark tournament. He's retired. I know he's watching because he's a devout Charter customer. We wish him the best. There's a three off the mark and out of bounds. It'll be Northbridge ball. Westborough just can't find the hoop on that long range, the three-point shot right now.
No, they're they were 1 for 11, as I said, in the first half, and they're shooting at a clip very comparable to that right now.
Yeah, over 2 in this half.
Yeah, and it's not a matter of being just cold. It's a matter, you'd like to say that, some people would, but Northbridge has done a great job of extending their defense.
Rosalind might have been fouled, and he was. Called it after he got by.
Again, there's the dribble drive, penetration. Instead of contained pressure, staying between your man and the basket, Westborough getting beat off the bounce. Northbridge doing a great job of attacking the glass.
Sean Rosalind. Sean Rosalind, a speedy receiver in the football season. And they're going to get it as a non-shooting foul. Northbridge takes it out.
14 fouls on Westborough, 3 on Northbridge.
Dish it up. Here's Wheelsman. Wheelsman to the hoop. High off the glass. No good there.
Well, he saw a little daylight and a great first step getting through there.
Just off the mark is Doherty. And it's tipped off of a Northbridge player. It would be Westborough ball.
Believe that that Westborough is 1 for 14 right now.
Yeah.
From three-point land.
And they're a good shooting team.
Can't get much colder than that.
It's only a matter of time. Doherty tried to muscle up Cannon, and he lost the ball.
Again, great collapsing defense. Good job by Northbridge.
J.J. Cannon, dribble drive and dish to Padula, just off the mark. Kept alive, but comes out to Westborough. Here comes Hughes and Doherty on a mini break. And it's Mike Doherty finishing with the left hand, and a quick timeout from Coach Willer and Westborough. They've cut the Northbridge lead to 3, 2.5 to play here in the third.
Doors. Every door is different. Every door unique. And each one tells a story. Open a door at Unibank and you'll find a unique place. A bank where we listen to you and find answers. All to help you write your unique success story. Welcome to the new Unibank. Please, after you. Unibank. Bank different. Bank unique. Member FDIC. Member DIF. Equal housing lender.
Well, here comes Westborough. They're trying to get the ship going here. And nice job, a little tic-tac-toe passing and a nice finish by Doherty. Westborough with the timeout.
And the 80th Clark Tournament on Charter TV3 is presented by the law offices of Joseph J. Cariglia. They got that quick timeout. Kevin, what's the strategy? You get a quick transition hoop, quick timeout, set up a little defense?
Well, I think,
extend it here?
I would expect that, again, Westborough, I think at some point you may see them switch defenses. But I'll tell you what, Brian Willer definitely is saying do not stop shooting the basketball. Sometimes you live by the sword and then you die by the sword. The fact of the matter is Westborough is never going to get colder shooting the basketball than they are right now.
As percentages go, they're bound to make a few here. Inside, J.J. Cannon lost the ball and almost kept it alive. Great effort by Mike Doherty. The one thing that's, you see, they're not making shots right now, but you got guys like Doherty and Hughes and Doherty and Casparello diving on the floor, trying to make plays defensively, trying to make plays any way they can, even if the shots aren't falling.
As tight as this ball game is, I've got to be honest with you, both coaches, their demeanor is very calm. Both coaching with plenty of confidence, guiding their players look at Aaron Katz, now Brian Willer.
Willer's got that fleece vest. It could be 85 degrees in this gym. I think he'd still have it on.
Well, Coach Foley is well known for his short sleeve shirts.
That's right.
And I think, Brian Willer is trying to come up with his shtick.
Stepped out of bounds. It'll be Northbridge ball. Three-point game. If you're just joining us, Northbridge trailed by 9 early on in the first quarter, battled back to take a lead at halftime and continues to lead here in the third quarter. John Rosalind going to the hoop, spinning, cannot get it to go. Matt Doherty, tough defense again.
Well, great job that time by Westborough, but Rosalind trying to get it into the thick of things, make things happen.
Steinberg pulls up just off the mark.
Well, a really good look for Ethan Steinberg. He's only a sophomore, one of the youngsters for the Rangers.
Boucher trying to go by him and just off the iron.
Now, again, what happens? They take it right to the iron.
Casparello trying to make something happen and tied up with Padula. Quick timeout on the floor, and the 80th Clark Tournament on Cheddar TV3 is presented by our friends at Unibank. It'll go to Northbridge after the tie-up, ball out of bounds. Brian Willer told Brenna Wilson, unfinished business. They need to get this one to have a shot to finish their business, and Boucher with a three extends the lead for Northbridge.
Well, again, Boucher, quick bounce, step back, created space, knocks it down.
Matt Doherty, that is just off the front iron. Great battle by Donovan, lost the ball. Wanted a call there, did not get it. Here goes Robbie Cannon, off the glass for two. The lead is 8 for Northbridge, largest of the game. No panic in this Westborough group. They are veteran. The noise won't bother them.
Oh, now they run their set. Try to isolate.
Ball is knocked out of bounds. See where they call it. It's going to stay.
Right,
with
Westborough. 6.2 seconds on the clock.
Michael Doherty to inbound. Gets it back to Donovan. Donovan's fouled. That time by Rosalind.
Both teams with 4 fouls each.
First on Rosalind.
So 5 seconds with a side out of bounds. Westborough will get the ball and should have one more look at it.
Matt Doherty back to his brother Mike. Back to Matt. Tried to swing it out, turned it over. Northbridge is going to take an 8-point lead into the fourth quarter. The Rams trying to hold serve at the Clark and go back to a final. We'll find out if they can do it after this.
I'm District Attorney Joe Early Jr., and I'm proud to partner with Charter Communications with our pledge to help raise awareness that bullying should not be tolerated. From local school students, here's our message.
If you see someone getting bullied, stand up for them. You never know what a few words can do.
We need to foster safe environments for students in their schools and communities. Join the Anti-Bully Crusade. Take a stand to lend a hand. Don't be a bully.
Presented by the law offices of Joseph J. Coriglia.
Well, we take a look at the third quarter. Let's bring it to you in glimpses. Westborough came out, Andy, they scored the first 6 points of the third quarter, but Northbridge certainly was used to that, and they responded to the bell once again. They brought themselves back, currently with a 39-31 8-point advantage. Westborough gets the ball inbounds. They will get the next tie-up as well.
We're underway here in the fourth, and an offensive foul quickly called against Matt Doherty.
Kind of an easy call. Great job by the officials. Now, no question here. Tough angle to see it, but dropped his shoulder, extended his arm a little bit. So that will be the 15th foul on Westborough. Here's that zone trap. Now Westborough's going to throw a little wrinkles.
They get it to Robbie Cannon, does Northbridge ahead. Padula driving, has some space off the glass for two. The lead is 10 for Northbridge. The Rams fans are going bonkers to our right. There is a foul called. Who's it on? We're going to call it on Rosamond.
Okay, it was like bowling pins.
Yeah, bodies were hitting the floor. It's the second on Rosamond. He'd like to know why he got it called on him. They throw
turnover.
Away. Here comes Boucher the other way. He's got Mike Doherty on him. Boucher, oh! Up and under and in! The body control, the freshman. Hughes can't get it to fall. Here comes Northbridge.
Well, this is a turning point, obviously, for both teams. Northbridge wide open.
J.J. Cannon's 3-0. Comes Doherty the other way.
Plenty of time. Westborough does not have to rush.
Try to work that set. Here's Jake Hughes, kicks it out. Mike Doherty for three. Off the iron, no good.
They're like 1 for 16 now from the perimeter. Northbridge doing a good job defense. Oh, boy.
Can't get it to fall. Back the other way. We're frenetic here in the fourth. Hughes for three. Back iron, no good. Tipped up and out of bounds. Last touch by Northbridge. Good job by Matt Doherty to keep that ball alive.
Well, Westborough is not wasting any time getting their shots up. There's really, it's certainly not time for desperation. There's a lot of time left in this ball game. Last time they ran this 1-4, it was stolen inbounds by Northbridge.
Michael Doherty steps inside the three-point line, pulls up, can't get it to fall. Tip back up and in by Donovan, and a timeout is taken by Brian Willer. The lead is 10 for Northbridge. The Clark Tournament, the 80th Clark Tournament on Charter TV3 is presented by the law offices of Joseph J. Cariglia.
Well, again, Northbridge, Andy, we talked about consistency. They had a couple lulls at the beginning of the second half, at the beginning of the first half, but that was it because they answered the bell every single time. They're shooting the ball very well from the perimeter, and more importantly, defensively, they're really getting after it.
Cam Boucher is having himself a day here.
Well, we talked about this. Northbridge has really kind of done a great job of turning the corner with the ball off the bounce and beating the Westborough defenders through the lane. When weak side has stepped in to help, Northbridge has kicked it off the bounce, and lo and behold, another three-pointer. 10-point ball game. Eons left with 6:27 on the clock.
52nd Clark Tournament appearance for the Westborough Rangers. 3 straight trips to the semifinals include this year. Mike Doherty, no. Hughes, no. Ball's tipped up, and Casparello tracks it down.
Oh, great hustle.
Casparello now for three. Got it! And he took the lid off the basket.
Full court pressure by the Rangers.
It's a 7-point lead coming up on 6 minutes to play.
Well, we'll see. 6:05 left, and they need the three.
That's a great feed from Boucher to Wilmuth. He finishes, and he's fouled.
Well, again, sharing the basketball. The Rams, what a great job. Right down Main Street into your living room. There's the high ball screen, pick and roll. Just what you teach players right from the time they're old enough to bounce the ball. Pick and roll. Executed.
Cam Boucher is closing in on rarefied territory here. He's got 14 points, 6 boards, and 6 assists. That one tipped up and into the hands of the Rangers. Casparello pulls up and hits it. Dom Casparello leading Westborough with 13 points now. Cannon through the defense, pulls up and hits it. Just comes back and answers.
Well, back in the day, And it's so true. It's called Matador defense. You say Olay, and Gasparillo reached from behind, trying to knock it away, which gave daylight for Northbridge to knock down that shot.
That one tipped out of bounds. It's going to be Northbridge basketball. 5:21 to play. The Rams up by 9. Aaron Katz, he was a shooter. He knows the shooter's mentality. You got to keep shooting it. Even if you're not making it, they're going to fall.
When you're hot, keep shooting. When you're cold, shoot till you get hot.
Rosenlund fights off the defense. Matt Doherty's played tremendous defense today. And they're going to get an illegal screen on Wermuth. Mike Doherty set that one up.
Yeah, Wermuth kind of just leaned a little bit, stuck his hip and leg out. So 5:07 remaining here. Let's take a look at it. You see that left leg as he banged into him.
That would be a block in the back in football for Wermuth.
Westborough with a chance to cut the lead to 6.
Inside they go to Hughes. Back out to Mike Doherty. Mike Doherty driving. Here's Casparello. Off the iron, no good. Tipped up and out of bounds. And now J.J. Cannon's down. The Cannon boys have been getting roughed up. He's bleeding.
Yep, they're calling the trainer out.
The Cannon boys in football season, they're part of the super fans. They came up to us. We did a Northbridge game in Northbridge, and they came up to us after the game and said, we're going to make the Clark tournament this year in basketball season. Basketball hasn't even begun yet. And we hope to make some noise.
Well, they are making plenty of noise, that's for sure. Boucher back in the ball game.
And Tina Skyhook, oh, it spins out. How did it get out?
Halfway down.
Oh, when they're not dropping, they're not dropping. There's a steal.
Great
and
hustle.
Tried to keep it alive. Mike Doherty. Doherty boys are 1,000% effort. Flying around. They talked about coming and watching their older brother play in the Clark tournament. It's a family affair at Westborough.
Here comes that high ball screen again.
Boucher trying to drive past Mike Doherty off the mark. Wermuth the rebound. Cannot get it to fall. Tipped out to Padula. And Northbridge out to Rosenlund. He's going to enjoy the basketball a little bit.
So they get a new shot clock. Coach Katz says pull it back out.
So tough to drive by. Matt Doherty, nice feed! Cannon to Wermuth! The lead is 11 for Northbridge.
You know, again, Northbridge, just like Coach Katz said, continue to attack and then kick. That time they attacked and dumped it into the low post.
Hughes off the mark. Tip back out, Matt Doherty. Mike Doherty, back to Hughes. Foot's beyond the arc, he drills it. Big shot for Jake Hughes.
8-point advantage for the Rams.
Northbridge gets it over the timeline. Boucher for 3. Oh, the guts of a 3-point shot there.
Well, absolutely no fear whatsoever. Down by 8, the Rangers.
Here's Hughes to the hoop. He's going to go up for 2. And now the lead's quickly down to 6.
Well, again, there's plenty of time here.
Northbridge calls timeout. The Westborough fans come alive. What an atmosphere here for the first semifinal game. 80th Clark Tournament on Charter TV 3 is presented by Unibank.
Well, Andy, I'll tell you right now, you know, here's a run. Let's take a look at Westborough. They're moving the basketball very well. There's Jake Hughes, takes it hard along the baseline, lays it in with his left hand. Northbridge calls a timeout. They want to regroup. Westborough has cut the lead back to 6. So this is what kids live for. You know, the pressure, the level of intensity. You got crowds going back and forth. The Clark tournament brings communities together to support the young people of their community. And right now you've got Westborough going crazy because we had a short run. We just had, prior to that, Northbridge going ahead in double digits. So flip a coin, buckle up, everyone, because with 3:13 left, it's going to be a good one.
Long way to go. You saw the graphic. Worcester News Tonight news update with Olivia Lemon in between games here. Northbridge gets the ball ahead to Cam Boucher. Now it's back in the hands of Robbie Cannon.
So one of the things that's really important is that Northbridge with the lead, you've got to play to win, not play to preserve the win. So it's good to use the clock, but you got to take that good shot before you get it. Travel, turnover.
Big defensive stop there for Westborough.
So right now, Northbridge going a little bit smaller. As 6'4", Jeff Wermuth goes to the bench.
Their ball handling unit in for Northbridge. Mike Doherty, this is a three. In and out. Just waiting to call the Doherty swish.
Right, big
Just hasn't happened.
No, not at all. Robert Cannon with a huge rebound there.
Cannon with Casparello on him. Padula tries to get around Badger. And they're going to get him for a foul.
On the floor, it'll be a spot. No, it won't. It'll be a one-on-one.
Yeah, 1-and-1. So Northbridge have the opportunity to get it done. If they can at the foul line, they'll need to make some shots here. Westborough, Northbridge, next Northbridge foul puts Westborough in the bonus as well. Padula hits the first, big one. 15 points for Dylan Padula.
Shooter's touch right there.
And misses the second one, but the lead is 7, 2:15 to play. Comes Westborough, Hughes. Badger for three, no. Rebound Padula on the weak side.
Now, great job by Northbridge. Loose ball foul, they'll go to the line.
That'll be the
Jake Hughes
fourth,
picks
I
up.
think, on Hughes.
Yeah, it is.
He hadn't had one here in the second half.
Now, he tried to sneak in there and get the ball on a short hop, but unfortunately he made body contact.
So now it's Rosenlind at the line. This is 1-and-1. It was the 8th team foul, as you mentioned. Rosenlind in and out. Here comes Doherty the other way. Hughes. Hughes for three. Hit it!
Down by 4. Hughes was almost sitting on the bench when he took that shot. That was from deep, deep.
And Hughes has come alive. Boucher, that is going to be the 5th on Hughes.
Yep.
He tried to draw the offensive foul, but they're going to go it against him. And Jake Hughes is fouled out of the game.
Well, Jake Hughes laid it out. Let's take a look at it. Well, great call by the officials. You know, he just got in there too late. I mean, he's such an intense guy. You know, they hit a three. He certainly wants to continue to bring his team back. Unfortunately, sends the Rams to the line for 2.
Hughes leaves the game 13 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists. The freshman Boucher at the line. Misses it. Double bonus the rest of the way for Northbridge, but they're only up 4 here. Matt Doherty thought about it, gives it up. Donovan.
Northbridge doing a great job in their man-to-man defense. Again, give them credit. They have shut down the perimeter game overall of Westborough tremendously.
Casparello deep three, no. Long rebound out to Donovan. Gets it back to Casparello. He's fouled. And will go to the line. Donovan doing well to keep things alive in there.
Well, nice cut by Casparello. Backdoor and a great pass from the corner. This is where the free throw line becomes more and more crucial, Andy.
Casparello misses the first. He has 2 here.
Neither team has been lighting it up from the free throw line here late.
He missed them both. Rebound Rosalind. Big break for the Rams of Northbridge there. And they're going to get a foul, and they're going to send Robbie Cannon to the line. Gasparello sending bodies left and right.
Yeah, no, that wasn't accidental. That was, he reached from behind.
The Cannons are bandaged up. JJ's got 2 things in his nostrils. Robbie's already been taped up. Gasparello's been a big-time leader for Westborough and will still be heard from here with 1:14 left.
Well, they may be banged up, they may be bruised up, but I'll tell you what, they're on the court.
Yeah, no question about it. News update in between our games. Of course, we have post-game reaction with Brenna Wilson here on the sidelines. And then we go to the Worcester News Tonight studios for the news of the day, in case you missed it. In case you tuned in at 6 and wondered why Andy Lacombe and Kevin Wells were on instead of the 6 o'clock news. Clark Turner coverage the next 2 nights, and then Saturday the finals. There's Groton Dunstable. They're getting ready to take on the #1 seed, the Hudson Hawks, in our second semi-final.
Well, we had Groton Dunstable. We had Westborough at Groton Dunstable, which actually what came down, that was the league championship game not that long ago on TV, and Westborough came out on top. And actually, Kevin Shea said we could be looking at what might be another matchup in the Clark tournament. But at this point right now, it doesn't look like it's going to happen.
Cannon, the senior, at the line. 2 shots, missed the first. Northbridge has had opportunities to salt this one away at the foul line, have not been able to do it yet.
You got to remember, you know, they're young men. It's not like that they're veterans.
Missed them both.
I mean, there's a lot of pressure in your hand. It's not like there's ice in everyone's veins.
There is Badger. Defensively, the Rams going back to work.
Nice job by Westborough being patient with their offense. Northbridge extending, doing a great job again on defense.
Matt Doherty's 3 goes. It's a 1-point game. Westborough called a timeout, or did they not? No, just a referee wants to sort something out at the table.
Well, here comes the full court pressure. Northbridge with the ball and the lead, 50-49. These are those historical moments that people remember for a lifetime. Double team, timeout Northbridge.
Nice job by the coach there, Aaron Katz. Awareness to get the timeout. They have the ball and the lead. Keep shooting, keep shooting. Matt Doherty knocks down the triple.
Well, and I've got to be honest, take a look. Northbridge fully extended. Padula's out there. And Northbridge finally makes a big free 3.
1 for 7, Matt Doherty. Now that was his first. He missed his first 6.
Almost 46 seconds to go in the ball game. I suppose if you're going to heat up, now would be the time, right?
Now is the time.
Throw it in the microwave. Let's see what we can do.
Well, this is going to come right down to the wire, as the fan you spoke to predicted. Which way is it going to go? Westborough has made a furious run here. Northbridge led by 11 just a couple of minutes ago.
You know, it becomes a chess match. Obviously, the kids have to finish the plays, but it's a chess match between the coaches as to how they're going to match up, what they're going to do. Almost a full shot clock for Northbridge.
And Boucher almost lost
Stolen.
it, he did. Westborough's got the ball, and they're going to slow it down. 11 seconds the difference on the shot clock. Northbridge will get the ball back, or should Westborough score.
Well, Westborough being patient with their offense. All they need is a deuce to take the lead by 1, but they've got a chance for 3.
And he hit it! And Westborough's got a 2-point lead. Katz waving his guys up. There's going to be a foul on Matt Doherty, and that's going to put Rosalind at the line for 2 shots with 10 seconds and change remaining.
Well, certainly not the foul that you want to get, but the fact of the matter is that they've got to go to the line, Northbridge needs 2 to tie it.
Rosenlund. The senior just missing that one.
Well, Andy, you know what's crucial right now. Make or miss, especially on the miss, there's got to be solid box outs for Westborough to maintain possession of the ball.
He makes the second. It's a 1-point game.
Big.
They get the ball in. Northbridge is going to have to foul, and they do. They get a foul. Casparello's going to go to the line. A furious charge by the Westborough Rangers.
Well, again, back and forth we go.
They're spilling out of the stands here behind us.
Large crowd. You can see people standing behind the basket.
They get Pryor back into the game.
This is the excitement of the Clark tournament generates.
Makes the first, Casparello. 2-point game.
Well, this is a big, big free throw for Casparello. Senior, been here, done
Made
that.
it both. Big time shots from Casparello. Here comes Northbridge the other way.
Full court D.
7 seconds and a timeout taken by Aaron Katz.
So,
with
see where the
6.1 seconds left.
Okay, the spot's going to be on this side, away from their bench. So they let Coach Katz know as he gets ready to set up. And you know, Andy, you know, back in the day, they used to run that famous out-of-bounds play for you at Auburn when you used to be the Rockets. You would take the ball out of bounds, you'd inbound it, and then they'd set the back screen for you coming from out of bounds to the corner so that you could win it.
Good way to do it. Yeah, set up that inbounder.
Right, kids all over the world with Nerf ball. They play for 6 seconds. You know, at the buzzer, what's going to happen? Every single one of the kids that are in this gym tonight, they live for this time right now.
No question about it. No question.
Offensive execution. There's never a more critical time to set a solid screen without fouling than right now.
One difference between these guys and me is my legs would be jelly right now. I'm nervous just sitting here watching this one for both these teams. They get into Boucher, 5 seconds. Robbie Cannon, 3 seconds. Back to Boucher, the 3. Off the iron, Westborough wins. The Rangers come from behind and they're going back to the finals at the Clark tournament.
Well, there's Brian Will as he looks up.
He almost can't believe it.
Well, they escaped. They escaped. The Rangers were able to escape. Northbridge with a heartbreaker.
We are back to wrap things up, get a little post-game reaction after the break.
I'm District Attorney Joe Early Jr., and I'm proud to partner with Charter Communications with our pledge to help raise awareness that bullying should not be tolerated. From local school students, here's our message.
It's nice to be important, but it's more important to be nice. Be a friend.
We need to foster safe environments for students in their schools and communities. Join the Anti-Bully Crusade. Take a stand to lend a hand. Don't be a bully.
Presented by the law offices of Joseph J. Corriglia.
Doors. Every door is different. Every door unique. And each one tells a story. Open a door at Unibank and you'll find a unique place. A bank where we listen to you and find answers. All to help you write your unique success story. Welcome to the new Unibank. Please, after you. Unibank. Bank different. Bank unique. Member FDIC. Member DIF. Equal housing lender.
Local news from Central Massachusetts for Central Massachusetts.
Worcester Police releasing new information. No working smoke detectors and extremely cold weather made battling a fire even more difficult. A tractor-trailer rollover caused delays on the pike in Auburn. About $42,000 of cocaine is seized from a Webster apartment.
Reporters in the field. And an in-depth local forecast. Worcester News tonight on Charter TV3.
presented by Unibank and the law offices of Joseph J. Cariglio.
Welcome back. A thriller in the first semifinal. The Westborough Rangers come from behind in the fourth quarter to win it 54-51. Our Brenna Wilson standing by with the victorious Rangers. Brenna.
Yeah, Andy, I'm joined by Jake Hughes and Dom Casparello. Guys, crazy win for you. You said it wasn't the way you wanted to go, but win's a win. What were you seeing out there on the court today, Jake?
I mean, I'm still in shock that we just came away with that win. It seemed like every time we were going down the court, we missed every single shot we took. And it's just really frustrating when that happens. You know, we came off to a fast start like last game, then we kind of let them back in the game. I was just really frustrated all game because I was in foul trouble basically the entire game. Didn't play the second quarter, then fouled out, which is always frustrating to do. But I'm just really happy we came away with that win.
Yeah, John, what were you seeing out there?
Well, like Jake said, we were missing every shot, and it seemed like they weren't missing at all. You know, we were trying to take away the three ball, but I mean, it didn't matter. They were still knocking it down, so that was really tough for us.
Now you guys have the finals next, waiting to see who you're going to be playing. What do you guys have to do as a team in order to get that win?
We gotta shoot a lot at practice, get our shot back. We played Groton twice this year. If we play them, it'll be a good matchup, and we'll see Hudson. We haven't played them yet, so we'll see about that too.
Yeah, Jake's an offensive guy. I'm more of a defensive guy. I think we got to lock down on that end, and just lock down. That's all it is. Whoever wants it more, really.
Good luck on Saturday, guys. And here we're with Coach Willer. Coach, what were you seeing out there on the court today?
I was seeing basically a tale of like 4 quarters. One quarter we were good, second quarter they were good, third quarter back and forth. They ended the quarter on a little run, put us down. But with this group, shots aren't always going to fall, but this group is so mentally tough. They just kept saying, stay the course, one more stop. And we started talking, if we got to stop, we want to get a good look. And shots started falling, and Quinn, senior, stepping up late in the game like that, that's not a shot he normally takes. But my guys know if you're open, let it fly, and he let it go. And just give them credit. I mean, that's a great team right there. So well coached. I have nothing but respect for them. I mean, they came in, they executed their game plan. And in the second quarter, 60% from the three-point line. That's going to give a lot of team fits, and they gave us some fits. But honestly, I just can't say how proud I am of my guys. I have 6 seniors. These guys have played a lot of basketball together, and they know until the final horn goes off, the game's not over, and they're going to keep battling, and we did tonight.
Thank you so much, Coach. Congratulations. Good luck on Saturday.
Thank you.
Back to you guys.
Brenna, thank you. Westborough outscored Northbridge 23-12 in that fourth quarter to come from behind and win this one. And the shots started to fall there at the end for Westborough. You think they're the prohibitive favorite in this tournament. They sustain a major challenge by Northbridge tonight. Northbridge, I think, opened some people's eyes with how they competed and how they played a tough team in Westborough tonight.
You know what, Northbridge, unfortunately things didn't go their way in the waning seconds. Westborough just, great teams find a way to win. The kids are admitting, their shooting was deplorable. But again, that's because Northbridge's defense was outstanding. So it's not about them getting in the gym to put up a lot of shots. It's about getting solid screens to get open to get your shots. Kudos to Northbridge. Couldn't ask for a better game to start the semifinals of the Clark tournament, Andy.
No question about it. 2 well-coached teams, and it ends in a 3-point win, a thriller for the Rangers. They go back to their 3rd straight championship game in the large school bracket here at the Clark tournament, trying to close it out this year. And they'll face either Groton Dunstable or the number 1 seed Hudson Hawks. That is our next matchup coming your way from the Neller Center. For now, we're going to send it back to the Charter TV3 studios to Olivia Lemon in a Worcester News Tonight update.